Increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
AbbVie could help you save.
At Lightning Lizard Auto Sales, we have a wide selection of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs on our new expanded lot. We've lowered our prices to help you find a great deal on the perfect car for you. We work with multiple different banks to get you the best financing. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, we do it all. We offer top price on any trade-in, and we'll buy your car from you, even if you don't buy one from us.
Love the car buying experience again with Lightning Lizard Auto Sales.
Have you been harmed by the fracking industry? Have you lost the peaceful enjoyment of property because of smells, truck traffic, noise, and lights? Have you experienced air contamination, water contamination, or health issues related to fracking or its toxic radioactive waste? Do you believe your job is making you sick? There's more we can do together. Join Freshwater Accountability Project to support environmental justice and public health in the Valley. Their better tomorrow depends on what we do today.
Hi, welcome to City Family Medicine Primary Care and Express Care Clinic, veteran owned and operated since 2021. We're proud to announce we are offering psychiatric services right here in Follansbee.
Hi, my name is John Barnett. I'm a board-certified psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. I look forward to providing mental health treatment for you and your family.
We offer medication-assisted weight loss treatment and now have Jeuveau and Botox injection procedures available. City Family Medicine. Let our family care for you.
News 9 is everywhere on every device. This is the WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam.
Well, from the Edison Unified Sports Complex in Richmond, rainy Richmond, we bring you WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam Baseball on the air, live on Fox 9 and across all of the WTOV9 digital platforms. Hello again, everybody. Jack Hillgrove in the broadcast booth, joined by Rich Donnelly, as Indian Creek checking in at 15-6 visits the 11-10 Edison Wildcats. Now, we have to come on the air and let you know that the teams are warming up right now. You can see the umbrellas are out and about across the Edison Unified Sports Complex. It is raining. It was raining a lot harder maybe 10-15 minutes ago. It has lightened up enough for the teams to get out there and start warming up. And we are told that they are shooting for a 5:30 first pitch. But hopefully, if this rain stays relatively quiet, we can get going beforehand. But until then, we'll take you right up until first pitch. Jack Hillgrove again, joined by Rich Donnelly. And Rich, both of these teams getting set for tournament play, a tune-up game, so to speak, as sectional play across the Buckeye State begins next week.
Yeah, what you could find out in these games, these last part of the season games, you could find out, especially in the pitching part, you could find out the depth in your pitching staff. Because when you get to the tournament, it's one and done. So you could pitch anybody at any time. And you're going to see guys tonight that maybe aren't their regular starters or regular relievers. And it's going to give both managers a chance to watch their kids so they can get some depth going into next week.
Yeah, the Division II East District split into two brackets because the amount of teams. Indian Creek is the 4 seed in the second East bracket in Division II. They have a bye until Tuesday the 14th. They'll await the winner of Warsaw, Riverview, and Zanesville in a sectional final. And for Edison in Division III, they are the 8th seed. They will travel to Buckeye Trail on Monday the 13th at 5 o'clock. Speaking of Edison, we'll break into our pitching matchup now. First, the starter for the home standing Edison Wildcats. It is number 25, Brady Hott, checking into this one with a 5-1 record and a .220 earned run average, 31 strikeouts to 21 walks. He will oppose Sal Barkalow on the mound for the Creek, 5-1, a .280 ERA, 33 strikeouts to 15 walks. Saw Sal pitch a couple of weeks ago. Again, our pitching matchups today presented by Laudamus Communications. Saw Sal pitch a couple of weeks ago in a big game at home against Cambridge and OVAC for a semifinal. Brady Hott has been very good all season as well. So as we get inch closer, Rich, to tournament play, still some pretty darn good pitching matchups on the mound as we get set in this one.
Yeah, you know, these two teams are dangerous because in the tournament, all you have to do, and these teams, both of these teams are very capable of beating a higher seed team. And we've seen it during the year. I believe Edison beat Toronto pretty bad, you know, and Creek's had some big wins too. So when you get in a tournament and you're playing that one game for 7 innings, even though you're playing a higher seed team, man, if your number one pitcher has a good game, you could go a long way.
You can go a long way, and we will break down more of this matchup when we come back. Again, shooting for a 5:30 first pitch. If anything changes, we'll let you know. But for now, we will step aside and pay some bills. It's Edison. It's Indian Creek coming up next on the WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam.
West Virginia University PRT is powered by Laudamus. Air medical helicopters depend on Laudamus to relay critical patient information to hospitals. Digital oil fields are built by Laudamus. We build the future. Laudamus, the most trusted name in communications and security.
It's like Forrest Gump. One day, for no particular reason, they just felt like running. These politicians keep running, promising to solve the problems they didn't solve last time, so they can keep running. I'm Chris Miller. And let's just get the job done. Politicians slow us down. That's why we need term limits and a businessman outsider to take on the establishment in both parties, because I'll clean house.
Don't forget to take out the trash. He forgets sometimes.
That's the plan.
The 40th Annual Marshall County Co-op Mother's Day celebration will take place Monday, May 6th through Sunday, May 12th. We're open 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and Sunday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. On Saturday only, grab a hot dog and a Pepsi for only 25 cents. All proceeds benefit the Animal Rescue League. Take advantage of great savings like 3 hanging promo baskets for $25. The flowers are arriving daily, and remember, at the Marshall County Co-op, we have beautiful flowers for beautiful mothers.
Looking to replace your old sofa or chair? Come shop Alco Furniture in Follinsby for all your furniture needs. Our showroom is filled with an extensive collection of Lazy Boy, Ort furniture, Lane, and Catnapper. Experience comfort like never before on the best furniture. We invite you to shop Alco Furniture in Follinsby before you buy anywhere else. Compare our prices and services to discover the difference of shopping local with Alco Furniture.
West Virginia University PRT is powered by Laudamus. Air medical helicopters depend on Laudamus to relay critical patient information to hospitals. Digital oil fields are built by Laudamus. We build the future. Laudamus, the most trusted name in communications and security.
The WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam on Fox 9 is sponsored by WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital, WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Wintersville Trophy Shop, and Laudamus Communications.
From Richmond, Ohio, the Edison Unified Sports Complex. A little bit of a delay to the start of this one due to rain across the area, but we are told that 5:30 is on the books as Indian Creek visits the Edison Wildcats. Mike Cottis' club 15-6 to start the season. Let's take a look at the Indian Creek batting lineup, or after we take a look at the Edison defensive alignment presented by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. Brady Hott on the bump, his battery mate J.D. Henderson behind the dish. The infield from left to right for Mike Colopy's Wildcats. At third base, it's Caden Russell. At shortstop, Nolan Hott. At second base, Bryce Rogers. And at first base, we've got Evan Kimmerly. In the outfield, in center field, Cole Pittman. He is flanked by Kyle Long in left field. And then in right field, it is Chase Freeman. That is the defensive lineup for the Edison Wildcats, presented by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. The lineup that Mike Cottis has put to paper, the 17th year, or I apologize, that's Mike Colopy. Mike, a 24th season at the helm of Indian Creek. Ty Householder will lead it off and play center field. Nick Maurer bats second and plays second base. Landon Pinal hits third, plays first base, and Sal Barkalow pitching and cleaning it up. Batting fifth, Gavin Pinal. At shortstop, Hunter Rusnak will catch and bat sixth. Trey Feist-Winland will bat 7th and be the designated hitter. Batting 8th, the third baseman, Stam Amos, and Caleb Bodo rounds things out in the Creek lineup, batting 9th and playing right field. This Creek offense this season, Rich Donnelly, a .319 team batting average. They've driven in 136 runs in 21 games, and it's all been timely. Talked a little bit before we went to break last time about that OVAC 4A semifinal against Cambridge. They were down 3-2 late in the ball game and rattled off a 5-run 5th inning to end up winning 7-3. So this offense, while it's been good all season, their best hitters step up in the moments they need them to.
Yeah, they're, I'd say, very dangerous club on offense. And, you know, if they can get some good pitching, not only tonight, but also during the playoffs, and they could score 3 or 4 runs and get a lead on some of these teams, and their pitchers can just hold them. You don't have to shut them out. Just hold them to 2 or 3 runs. They'll have an excellent chance to move on.
Yeah, absolutely. And in that game against Cambridge back on April the 30th, an OVAC 4A semifinal, Silas Hyde started the game on the hill for the Redskins. 4 innings of work, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned. But Sal Barkalow, the starting pitcher today, came in the last 3 innings of relief, scoreless ball, no walks, 2 strikeouts, but only allowing 1 hit in those 3 innings. Talk a lot about that offense being able to get hot at the right time and propel this team to a win. Barkalow with 3 scoreless relief innings in that stretch as well was really beneficial to the Redskins' success. We'll talk a little bit more about the homestanding Wildcats after the break. They check into this one 11-10, hosting the 15-6 Indian Creek Redskins. It's WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam Baseball.
Your friends at Wintersville Trophy Shop, located at 756 Main Street in Wintersville, have a wide selection of trophies, plaques, and awards for any sport or occasion. Call us at 740-266-6905.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Crook, and I'm here to tell you the great things that Brook Middle School has to offer. The sciences explore the physical world, and programming teaches coding and circuitry, training students to solve modern problems. Band nurtures musical talents, while the arts promote creativity and self-expression. The 5th grade transitions to more specialized courses, and Project Lead the Way promotes critical thinking and career readiness. HPE provides health awareness that lasts a lifetime. The inclusive special education addresses each student's unique needs. Brook County Schools, the place to be.
They're your neighbor, coworker, or significant other, quietly inspiring, coaching, and lending a helping hand. Their achievements deserve to be recognized, and I get to tell you about them. Introducing News 9's Addison's Achievers. Scan the QR code on your screen to nominate special individuals making a big difference in our community. And then be sure to watch News 9 Wednesdays at 5 p.m. to see the Addison's Achiever of the Week.
Sponsored by Trinity Health System.
Your friends at Wintersville Trophy Shop, located at 756 Main Street in Wintersville, have a wide selection of trophies, plaques, and awards for any sport or occasion. Call us at 740-266-6905.
WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam Baseball on the air, but baseball will have to wait just a little bit. Rain in the area, postponing our first pitch here at the Edison Unified Sports Complex to around 5:30. The Wildcats have taken the field for their infield and outfield warm-ups, and with that, we'll take a look at the defensive lineup that they will face for the Indian Creek Redskins. Again, our defensive alignment presented by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. Sal Barkalow on the hill. Hunter Rusnak behind the dish. The infield for the Redskins, Stam Amos at third base, Gavin Pinal at short, Nick Maurer plays second base, and Landon Pinal mans first base. Ty Householder out in center field, flanked by Ian Starkey in left, and Caleb Bodo in right field. Again, the defensive alignment presented by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. That defensive alignment will face this batting order, put pen to paper by 16th year head coach Mike Colopy. Edison will lead off. Cole Pittman in center field. Kyle Long bats second and plays left field. J.D. Henderson hits third and catches. And batting fourth, Evan Kimmerly. He will play first base. Batting fifth, right fielder Chase Freeman. Nolan Hott plays shortstop and bats sixth. Liam Watson gets the start as the designated hitter. He bats seventh. Bryce Rogers, the second baseman, hitting eighth. And Caden Russell rounding out the lineup in the 9-hole, playing third base. Edison 11-10 coming into this matchup. in next week's tournament action. They are the 8th seed in the East District Division 3, playing a sectional pigtail game against Buckeye Trail on May the 13th. That is Monday. And if the Wildcats able to win, they'll face top seed Barnesville in a sectional final in Barnesville on Wednesday the 15th. And if they're able to get past the Shamrocks, the next pod that they'd be looking at in a district semifinal consisting of 4-seed Garraway, 14-seed Coshocton, 5-seed Martins Ferry, or 12-seed Union Local. That's the top half of the division, or the district bracket in Division 3. Tusky Valley, the 2-seed, they await the winner of West Muskingum and Harrison Central. Sandy Valley, the 3-seed, taking on Bel Air, the 13-seed, and then Fort Fry, the 7-seed, taking on Ridgewood, the 11-seed. Sectional finals scheduled for May 15th. District semi scheduled for the 20th of May, and then district finals across Division 2, 3, and 4 scheduled for May 22nd. 5 p.m. That's a Wednesday at neutral sites. Again, Jack Hillgrove and Rich Donnelly awaiting baseball here in Richmond. Edison 11-10, Indian Creek 15-6 on the season. Again, we've been talking a little bit about it, Rich. Just tune-up time for tournament play. Edison obviously wanting to get a game in. Indian Creek wants to get this one in. They play Upper St. Clair, or they're scheduled to play Upper St. Clair out of Pittsburgh on Friday. It's all about just figuring out the last minute details before you get into tournament play. And in Ohio, it's one and done.
Yeah, think about Edison. They're one of the youngest teams in the Valley.
Yes, they are.
So any baseball, the regular season, the postseason is gravy, because most of these kids are coming back for the next year or two. So all this experience is invaluable. You can practice all you want, but there's nothing better than playing, facing good teams, facing good pitching, and getting those young kids in a position where they play in a pressure game where next year it won't bother them as much. So these next 2 weeks are very vital for the program here at Edison to move on.
Yeah, one senior on the roster for Mike Colopy's Wildcats. It's Liam Watson. And you look at this down the lineup, too. 2 juniors in Cole Pittman and Makai Hazler. 11 sophomores and a couple of freshmen on this roster, one of whom is Caden Russell, who has seen starting experience all season long. He's in the lineup today. 11 sophomores on this team. You know, you roll around to 2025 and 2026, you got to be really darn excited for what this group can accomplish in the next couple of years.
Yeah, back in the day, you know, if you were a sophomore, made the varsity team, you were something else. Now you got freshmen and sophomores starting all over the place. And Edison, I think they have more underclassmen than any team in the Valley. So I can say these games they're playing a great Indian Creek team, then they'll move on in the playoffs. And every time these kids go out and do their stuff, take their ground balls and face this tough pitching, it's going to make them a lot better down the road.
Yes, it is a little rain delay theater for you as we roll along here on Fox 9. If you're joining us on your television set, or if you're joining us digitally across all WTOV9 platforms, live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Thank you for joining us this evening. Jack Hillgrove and Rich Donnelly set to bring you action here, hopefully in the next 10 to 15 minutes as this one gets underway. Edison looks to be wrapping up its infield and outfield warm-ups in the next couple of minutes or so. The last time out for the Wildcats of Edison, a 5-1 loss on Wednesday against Steubenville Big Red. And that was actually yesterday, as I say that out loud. Yesterday, Liam Watson going 6 innings of work, 10 hits, 5 earned runs. The Big Red with Abe Manning on the bump, complete game, 6 hit, 1 run ball, striking out 6. The Wildcats coming to the dish with 6 hits. But before that game, Edison rattling off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in a row. It all started with a 12-7 win against Buckeye Local at the end of April. And then in the other games, Rich Donnelly, 6 runs, 7 runs, 11 runs, and 13 runs. So with the exception of the last time out, a 1-run performance and a loss to Steubenville, this win streak for Edison, the offense has exploded.
Absolutely. And I was just thinking, you know, with these rain delays, the most important thing for these kids is to prepare yourself to play the game. Get loose, get extra loose. Because you sit around a lot, then you go out and you're going to play your normal pregame routine is not here, so you have to do it yourself. If you have to run an extra sprint or something or throw some extra balls to get loose, because this is the kind of day you get hurt on if you're not loose. So these kids, I'm glad they're out here taking infield now, and I see the pitcher. Both pitchers have spent about 20 minutes getting loose before they even got on the mound in the bullpen. So this is good. So you have to adjust your pregame routine so you don't get hurt.
Yeah, what does it do for pitchers? I mean, you see at the professional level or even in college as well, if a rain delay takes place in the middle of the game after a starting pitcher might have a couple of innings under their belt, they'll exit. But before the game starts, if delayed start time because of the weather, what does that do for the starting pitcher, maybe mentally, and how do they have to adjust physically?
Yeah, you have to almost train yourself to adjust to whatever, because a lot of times they'll say, well, the game's going to start at 7:30, and then 7:30 it rains, and they'll say, oh, we're going to start at 7:40, and then the pitcher, he's up.
Weather Bulletin. The National Weather Service in Pittsburgh has issued a tornado warning for southeastern Belmont County and east central Ohio, Ohio County in northern West Virginia, Marshall County in northern West Virginia, until 5:45 p.m. At 5:15 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Glendale or near Moundsville, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado. Source, radar indicated rotation. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. This dangerous storm will be near Moundsville, Shady Side, and Glendale around 5:20 p.m. Bel Air and McNaughton around 5:25 p.m. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Rocklake, Benwood, Lone Oak, Grandview Park, Dallas, Beeler Station, Sherrod, and Glendale. Take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Please report severe weather by calling 412-262-1988, posting to the National Weather Service Pittsburgh Facebook page, or using Twitter at NWS Pittsburgh. Repeating, a tornado warning has been issued until 5:45 p.m. for the following county: Belmont, Ohio, and the following counties in West Virginia, Marshall, and Ohio.
Draw this then in continuous circle, there's the rotation, right? Green going towards the radar site, red away. And this is what we saw, radar indicated rotation. And so we are dealing with that, again, a tornado warning that's in effect, and areas of imminent impact there is going to be into Moundsville. So if you're tuning in, especially into Moundsville, you need to be seeking shelter immediately, as we're seeing that rotation now, again, crossing into the Ohio River, and it's going from Ohio into West Virginia there. And again, that rotation mainly south of Shady Side is going to be impacting Moundsville, so you need to be seeking shelter immediately. Now, in the event of a tornado, where should we be seeking shelter? Again, in the event of a tornado, you want to be getting to that lowest floor, the lowest structure of a sturdy building. So in the event of a tornado, you want to be getting out of the top floor, you want to get to the lowest floor. Now, of course, the best is going to be the basement, but even if you do not have that basement on a two-story home, that first floor is going to be best. Obviously, you need to get indoors, avoid the windows, get to the lowest floor. An interior room is best. So if you have a more interior room in that lowest floor, that's going to be the best place to seek shelter in this tornado warning, which again is going to be immediately impacting the Moundsville area. So if you're tuning in around Moundsville, now is the time to get to your safe place with a tornado warning in effect. Again, radar indicated rotation has prompted this tornado warning that does remain in effect. Again, right now we're seeing it cross the Ohio River, and it is extending there into into areas around Moundsville with a radar indicated rotation. That's where we're seeing that tornado warning in effect. So we're going back to radar here. We're going to look at where the storm does lie right now. And again, that tornado warning remains in effect. Let's go back up to our tornado warning right there. Remains in effect until 5:45. So that tornado warning again remains in effect until 5:45. And look at the latest velocity here. We're still seeing some rotation with this system. Radar indicated rotation right there. You can see we're getting that the core of rotation that is centered there south of Valonia and south there of Shadyside is going to be moving into the Moundsville area. That's where we're seeing that core rotation. So again, take those tornado safety tips, and if you're tuning into Moundsville, that's where you need to be seeking shelter immediately. That's where we're seeing this rotation extend. And if we were to play this back, there's that rotation that prompted the tornado warning, and we're still seeing some rotation with this cell as it continues to progress towards the east-southeast there. And again, it's moving there towards the Ohio River and eventually going to be moving there into Moundsville. That's where we're tracking this, south of Shadyside, moving into the Moundsville area. That's where we're seeing this rotation currently at. So right now we're seeing that core of rotation there near Lockwood Hill Road, Kirkland Hill Road. Again, this is moving towards Route 7 right now, impacting currently Route 7, eventually going to be moving then to continue towards the east-southeast, impacting Moundsville. So again, if you're tuning in around Moundsville, even there near Glendale, Moundsville location, this is where your time to seek shelter, get to that lowest floor, away from windows, seek that interior room. Now is the time to seek shelter as radar indicated rotation with this storm. It did prompt a tornado warning that does remain in effect for these locations. And again, this is our main area of concern where we're seeing that rotation is including a near Moundsville, Glendale area. And again, we're seeing that rotation now over Route 7 with the latest radar scan. We're still seeing some rotation with this storm as it continues to then move near the Ohio River and eventually then further towards the southeast, looking closer towards Moundsville. We're going to be looking at a product now called correlation coefficient. We want to be looking at this just to make sure that we're not seeing any debris signature with our rotation, and thankfully not. Now, with the tornado that we did see move through the area early Wednesday morning, we actually had a debris signature. So in this instant, what we're looking for, which would be in this area right here, we would want a bright blue. We would want blue. That would indicate, if there's blue here on the map, that would indicate a debris signature. So we're not seeing that. That's good news. That's good news. If we were to see that, then it would be radar confirmed tornado. Thankfully, we are not seeing that. That is a good sign. But again, we're still getting that, or we're still getting radar indicated rotation. So while the radar is not indicating or confirming anything right now, again, we still got to be treating this as a tornado could touch down. So we need to be treating this very seriously. And again, areas that are at imminent impact there is looking towards Moundsville as we're seeing this rotation continue to move there towards the east there, impacting areas around Moundsville, and that includes there from Glendale south to Moundsville. This is where we're seeing that rotation. You can see right there moving on along Route 7 right now, eventually then moving across the Ohio River, and we're going to be seeing this then eventually moving into the Moundsville area and then continuing further towards the east-southeast there, Limestone, Knoxville. You are further downstream to this, so you need to be taking this very seriously as well. As again there towards Limestone, Knoxville, that's where this rotation is heading. So you can see there the rotation getting ready into areas near Glendale, Moundsville. This is where you should be seeking shelter immediately in this area from Glendale, Moundsville. If you're tuning in from around those locations, you need to be finding that safe place, seek that shelter immediately, which again, in their safe place, tornado safety tips, you obviously want to get indoors. You don't want to be caught outside with this storm, and you want to be avoiding windows. You want to get to the lowest floor. Interior room is going to be best in this situation. So you want to get to that lowest floor, even in a two-story home. If you can get to that first floor, that's going to be a lot better than that second floor of a two-story home. And of course, basement's going to be the best. Now, even in those lowest floors, you want to try to avoid windows, right? That could be a weak point where debris can get in. And of course, that debris is what can be dangerous. We want to be avoiding that. You want to get to the most interior room. Obviously, the idea there is you've got the most walls between you and the outdoors. So you've got the most protection between potential debris getting blown into your home with in that interior room, having not only the exterior walls, but an interior wall as well to help protect protect from any debris that comes into your home in the event of a tornado. So again, that's some of the safety tips that if you're tuning in, you want to be getting indoors, avoid those windows, get to the lowest floor. Again, first floor, if you don't have a basement, is better than that second floor, and get to an interior room. That's going to be the best in this situation, is getting to that interior room. Again, going back to radar, we'll be looking at this tornado warning that does remain in effect. Again, we're seeing this storm now crossing over the Ohio River, so we're seeing this rotation. You can almost see a bit of a hook there. We're starting to see it develop. And let's look at our greatest velocity here. And we're seeing, so again, the rotation there between Shadyside, Moundsville. So areas there to Glendale, Moundsville location especially, you need to be seeking that shelter. We're seeing that rotation now centered a little bit further north towards Glendale, actually, between Moundsville and Glendale. So again, this location especially, this is where we're seeing that the strongest rotation with this storm, and this is where the potential for a tornado lies.
In the bottom half of the first inning. Both of these pitchers, pretty darn good numbers coming into this one. For Brady Hott, a 5-1 mark and a 2.20 earned run average. Barkalow 5-1 as well with a 2.80 ERA and a walks and hits per innings pitched of just 1.4.
Yeah, Ty Householder stepping in. Ty starting to get a few looks from Division I schools, so really good player for Creek.
Yes, he is, and Brady Hott's first pitch is low for ball one, right at 5:30 on the nose. 61 degrees, actually 60 degrees, and pretty darn cloudy here in Richmond. Householder gets a hold of one on a 1-0 pitch. Back is going Pittman, and Pittman will look up and watch this one hit off the wall. And Ty Householder on the second pitch of the game is in with a big-time stand-up double. Talk about getting looks from Division I schools. That's a Division I hit right there.
Absolutely, and he has a lot of attributes that Division I teams are looking for. Speed, power, plays a great center field, and he has a great arm. So he has all the tools you need. And from what I'm hearing, he's a great kid. So all that together, that turns into a lot of good looks.
One out there, nobody out, and one on for Nick Maurer. A lead-off double for the junior Householder as Hott's pitch is low and outside for ball one. Householder's 420 clip will climb a few points. Nick Maurer stepping in 295 on the season with 2 doubles and 4 RBI.
If Maurer can hit this ball to the right side and move the runner over.
To the left side, and a diving play by the shortstop Nolan Hottie caught it on a line drive for out number 1. Thought that one might have been able to get down. Regardless, he wasn't able to advance the runner 90 feet.
This is a situation here where Householder with his speed, you got to be very aware that he might steal third with 1 out. And they're holding him tight out there. They got both guys playing with him back and forth, so you got to make sure you hold him close.
Landon Pinal stepping in, 1 out and 1 on. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-1. Landon a 388 clip with 23 RBI. Again, if you're watching us on any of our digital platforms, we'll stay here for the start of this game and we'll stay here for the duration. But we're not on Fox 9 right now due to a tornado warning in the southern portion of our viewing area. So please let anybody know if that was watching on Fox 9 that no longer can't for the time being. Let them know to flip it over to either one of our digital platforms, YouTube or Facebook, and then we will resume the action on Fox 9 once that tornado warning expires. No balls and 2 strikes to Landon Pinal with a runner on second base, Householder. Up and out.
Pinal's another good kid with good athletic ability, good hands, one of the best shortstops in the area, and probably is going to get some looks here before it's all over with.
1-2. Hit in the air towards right field. Back goes Kimmerly. In comes Freeman. Freeman makes the catch. Too shallow of a pop-up for Householder to advance to third base. So 2 outs now back-to-back for the Wildcats defensively, and that'll bring the pitcher Sal Barcelo to the dish.
Yeah, that ball was hit in the Bermuda Triangle, the hardest part to defend because you got three guys going for the ball, and the right fielder made the great play. It's easier for him to come in than it is for the first baseman to reach back over his shoulder or for the second baseman to run 50 yards and make a catch.
Going outside for ball 1 to Barcelo, a 417 clip with 22 runs batted in this season. The Creek 15-6, the 4 seed in the East District bracket in Division 2. We'll await the winner of Warsaw, Riverview, and Zanesville on Tuesday. 1-0. Foul back, and it's even at 1.
About trying to get through this situation, lead-off double, and if he could strand him out there, be a big plus for the Wildcats.
Yeah, hot 10 pitches this far in the first inning, and Rich, you and I have talked about that ad nauseum, how big that is for the high school arm, especially early on in the ball game, to keep that pitch count down.
Absolutely. You don't want to get in that bullpen in the first or second inning and use half your team, especially when you have a game tomorrow and then you have the playoff games next week.
Householder will move on 1-1. Barcelo pops it up way high to the left side of the infield. Uh-oh. Russell not able to make the catch. That gets down. Householder thought for a moment about trying to get home, but he stays put. And Barcelo on first base now. Runners on the corners after an error with 2 down.
Yeah, I think Coach said I can see him making like it's his fault that he should have sent him, because if he goes hard all the way there, he scores easy. But he held him up, and now we got first and third with 2 outs.
And now Gavin Pinal, sophomore brother to Landon, shortstop of the Redskins. That one up and away. 1 ball and no strikes.
I misspoke earlier. I had to put else confused. This is a shortstop who has the good hands and a good arm, so I apologize for that.
Yeah, no problem. He's the sophomore. Landon's the senior. Both pretty darn good baseballers for Mike Cottis and Indian Creek. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, when you see a kid with good hands and good actions and good reflexes, like it stands out. I watched him in infield practice, and I watched him take 4 or 5 ground balls, and you could tell right away he's different. Yeah. So those are kind of guys that colleges are looking for, and then hopefully down the road, pro scouts are looking at him.
What sort of stuff sticks out to you? I mean, the way that they're able to pop up after fielding it, or is it?
It's just their hands. They have soft hands. They receive the ball. They don't stop the ball with their hands. And then when they're thrown, if you see a guy with a good arm, if he can throw the ball from the hole to first base without a hump in it, then you know he has a good arm. And then see him move side to side. You can see his range. And on the infield practice, I can see that right away. So this kid got a good future.
A 2-1 count with runners on the corners. 2 down and a scoreless top of the first. Strike on the outer third, and Hott able to come back with back-to-back Ks. Back-to-back strikes, I should say. 2, even the count at 2.
And Jack, nowadays it used to be if you were a sophomore and you were talented, you were getting looks and calls and all that. But now with the transfer portal, they're not looking at these guys until they're seniors, because they can go out and get a 3-year, 4-year starter at a D1 school and bring him in.
Runner will move to second. Hot's going to throw
That's
it
a delay.
down.
Beautiful. What do you call it, balk?
I believe it.
Yeah, he called a balk.
It had something to do with his shoulder
Yeah.
movement, I would think, based off of what he's
Yeah, umpire
gesturing
Steve
there.
Seminara called it right. Creek did the thing you're supposed to do, try to unnerve the pitcher to make a move. He did, and you got a double steal and a steal at home. And Householder's the kind of guy you do that with, because he got that speed.
Two. Breaking ball popped up right side. It'll stay in the infield. It'll stay in fair territory. Making the catch is Kimmerly, and the side is retired. But Creek jumps on the board first. 1 run on 1 hit, an error, and a runner left on base. We're going to keep it right here again because not able to give you any commercial breaks at the time, for the time being, because of the tornado warning in the southern portion of our viewing area that's taking over Fox 9's airwaves right now. So again, if you're concerned and living in the southern part of the Ohio Valley, be sure to keep it with us. We'll update you on all of the goings in that department. I was just told it is the Moundsville Shady Side area of Belmont and Marshall County, southern Belmont and Marshall County. So if you're in that general vicinity, keep it with us on our airwaves for all the latest. And if you've got anybody that is wondering what's going on with the game, why isn't it on TV, point them over to our digital platforms. And then, of course, we'll update the TV audience once we're able to do so with that. So, again, 1-0 Indian Creek after an inning of play. The Creek 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and a runner left on base. It'll bring Edison to the dish now, and the Wildcats and Brady Hott able to get out of that, just giving up the 1 run after Rich Ty Householder with a really darn good rip to straightaway center field for a leadoff stand-up double, just 2 pitches into the game.
Right. Not too many high school kids can hit a ball straight away 380. And, he's strong and going to get stronger. And Hott actually did a good job. He should have got out of the inning. If they catch a pop-up, he's out of the inning. So, in most high school games, you get a lot of runs on mistakes of other teams, of errors and things like that. And so because of that, Creek got a one-run lead.
We were talking about Householder and starting to be courted by some Division I programs. Aiden Orr, true freshman at Oakland right now, graduate of Indian Creek last year. Pretty darn good start to his collegiate career with, let me see here, 95 at-bats this season, a .347 batting average, 1 home run, and it looks like, let's see here, 22 runs batted in. A .347 clip, true freshman.
Really good player. I saw him last year against Big Red, hit a game-winning home run.
Yep.
He got power for a little guy, but he plays the game right. Good little infielder, and off to a great start.
And Brady Hott's older brother would be Nolan's cousin, Tristan Hott. Really darn good career at Wright State as a pitcher. Looks like the rain's starting to return a little bit. You can tell by the umbrellas starting to emerge again. And here at the Edison Unified Sports Complex, Barkelow's first pitch to Cole Pittman is fouled towards the left side.
Well, excuse me, Jack.
Good.
Now that we, a lot of these schools got the turf, or we wouldn't even be here.
Absolutely. The breaking ball just a tad inside. Barkelow now the count even at 1 to Cole Pittman, the center fielder, of .349 batting average to this point in the season. One missing out. Two on a strike on the outer third. The count even at 2. Barkelow this season a .280 earned run average, 33 punch-outs, 15 walks. An opponent average of 235, a whip of 1.4. This one hit towards the left side. Almost had it on a glove with Stan Amos. Ranging to his left, couldn't quite squeeze it. And Cole Pittman aboard with a leadoff. What do you think? Would you rule that a hit or would you rule that an error?
I'm going to go give him an error on that. But it's a tough play because it's wet out there, and that last hop, it took off with speed. But I thought, he could make the play. It hit his glove.
Yeah.
And but the kids in the infield have to be, in the outfield, too, have to be leery. When that ball hits now, it's going to take off more than it usually does.
Pick back over to first. And Pittman is safe. One thing about Barkalow, too, very quick, very athletic with that throw over to first. Something that these base runners for Edison have to be mindful of.
Yeah, he got a big lead over
He
there.
does. Very big lead. Bigger secondary lead. Ball gets away on the first pitch to Long, and it'll allow Pittman to move up to second base way ahead of any throw that would have been able to be sent down now.
Yeah, it's raining a little bit, and it affects your grip, and it affects, like you say, all your throws. And it's going to affect play in some way. Not as much as if we had a lot of mud and grass out here, but the ball's still going to be slick. And like you say, the turf is going to play a lot faster.
Pittman trying to square around the bunt, pulls it back. 2 balls and no strikes to Kyle Long, I should say. Pittman on second base. Long, a .379 batting average so far in 2024. See if Long will square around again as Sal Barkalow comes set. He'll throw it down to second. Tagged by the shortstop, Gavin Pinal.
Yeah, Creek thinks he might bunt. They got the first baseman up on the grass or up on the turf.
The grass. the green part of the
the green stuff. Yeah.
2-0.
Beautiful bunt.
Towards the left side. Barkalow
Beautiful bunt.
Up with it, and he can't throw it to either third or first as Edison now trying to combat the one run they gave up in the top half of inning number 1 with runners on the corners and nobody outs.
Yeah, the thing he did, he stayed in the box. If you can see by the replay, he stayed in the box, bunted the ball, then he ran. Sometimes you see the guys try to run and then bunt. He stayed in the box, bunted the ball, then ran. The bunt was perfect. He had no chance to get him.
First and third, nobody out for the 3-hole hitter, J.D. Henderson. Strike 1.
Infield in the middle, double play. They're double play depth, trying to get a ground ball here.
Pittman 90 feet away from tying the ball game. 0-1 on the ground left side. This will score a run as Pinal throws onto his brother at first in time for out number 1, but the job done for J.D. Henderson, an RBI to tie the game.
Yeah, smart play. It's the only play he had. Pinal made a nice play, quick, like I said before, quick hands, quick feet, good arm, got the out.
One out and a runner on second for the 4-hitter, Evan Kimmerly, the first baseman. Barkalow missing high with an off-speed pitch. Kimmerly 376 on the season.
Again, 1 out. This is a good time to steal third. 1 out, no outs is not a good time. You don't want to make that first out at third, but with 1 out, a lot of teams, they have that guy steal.
Another breaking ball. This one finds the zone, even at 1 apiece. Again, due to a tornado warning in the Moundsville shady side area of our viewing area, that is taking over our airwaves now on Fox 9 as our meteorologists work diligently to update you guys on the happenings of that tornado warning. Still live on the digital side of things. Oh, okay. Thank you, Zach. Hello, everybody watching on Fox. Hopefully everybody's safe after that tornado warning down south in our Moundsville shady side region. If you're just joining us, we'll update you on what's going on in a second. 1-2 pitch to Long is called. Strike 3 for strikeout number 1 for Barkalow and out number 2 of the inning.
Yeah, Jack, I get credit. Our weather people are the best. I watch them. Yep. I watch them before I go to bed every night and make sure of everything, and they are right on. They are unbelievable.
That strikeout presented by Wintersville Trophy Shop. Nathan Shutt, Amanda Verrier, and, of course, the Chief, Jeff Exline, always keeping you up to date and trying to keep you guys as safe as possible. So if you're just joining us on Fox 9, here's what happened. Creek scores one run on one hit and an error in the top of the first inning. Ty Householder with a monster leadoff double into center field. He later scored on a balk, was brought home as Brady Hott, the pitcher for Edison, tried to pick off back at second base, but a balk was called, and it brought Householder home. Nick Maurer lined out to short. Landon Pinal popped out towards right field, and then Gavin Pinal, the last out of the inning. And then in this inning, here in the bottom half of inning number 1, Cole Pittman reaching on an error, stole second on a wild pitch. Kyle Long, a good bunt to move him over to third, to put first and third with nobody out. J.D. Henderson, a ground out to shortstop, but it brought the run in. That was out number 1. Long still stands on second base. Evan Kimmerly just struck out looking. And that, to the best of my ability, is the update to this point in the ballgame. And that's all you missed. So it's 1-1, 1-2. Barkelow's pitch outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Jack, something we could point out here. I like to see Barkelow concentrate more on the hitter, especially with 2 outs. If you watch, he's looking at the guy at second when he's turning to throw home, and that'll knock your control off a lot.
Foul back.
Because there's no reason to look at the guy at second. You're holding him on. He's not going to steal. There's 2 outs. You got 2 strikes on the hitter. Put all your attention on the hitter. Do not look at second as you're trying to pitch. And if we can see it here, he might do it again. What we want him to do is look home. He's looking at second, and there he tries to pitch. And he's thrown 3 consecutive balls. Get your attention on the hitter.
In the air. Will it hang up enough for Rusnak to make a catch? Both him and Barkelow dove for the ball. They both seem okay, and that's a foul ball, and we'll do it all again. Good effort from both of those guys.
And we noticed there, Barkelow did not look at second, looked at the hitter, and threw a strike. So my Hall of Fame manager, Jim Leland, he would have been irate at our pitchers if they look at second and then try to throw home.
Dangerous situation there for both of those guys, especially with Barkelow sliding in. Both guys unscathed and okay. Rusnak was a hair away from almost making that catch. So we'll do it all again. 3 balls and 2 strikes with the runner on second. Time called by the batter Chase Freeman. On the season, Chase 351. He's got 2 outs right now with Long on second base. Cole Pittman's run tied the game at 1 apiece. Barkelow gets the sign, comes home after checking the runner. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good pitch on the upper part of the zone, getting Freeman to swing and miss. Back-to-back Wintersville Trophy Shop strikeouts to end the inning, but the Wildcats get a run on a hit, an error, and leave one, just like Creek did in the top half of the first. We are through the first, tied at 1. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Indian Creek Redskins in the home half, for the visitors half of inning number 2. Scary situation here in the bottom of the first inning. Rusnak and Barkalow almost colliding on a foul ball towards the left side, and both of these guys okay. So Rusnak steps in now, takes strike 1.
Jack, I'd like to give a shout out to one of the greatest players at slash JU Edison, Jamie Taylor, former Ohio State All-American, all Big Ten player, and then former Colorado Rocky player. Jamie watches us all the time, and man, he was a great player here.
1-1 hit up the middle, a base hit, a leadoff single for Hunter Rusnak, and the Creek starts off with a base runner just like it did in the first inning. For Trey Feist-Winland, the designated hitter, batting 7th today, the sophomore digging in with a .297 clip. Hunter Rusnak's .358 average going up a few points.
Yeah, beautiful approach there. Stay in the middle of the field. Keep your hands inside the ball. And that's exactly what you want to do. Stay in the middle of the field. You don't need to hit fly or home runs and pop the ball up all the time. And I'm seeing a lot of that in high school ball this year. These guys swinging up. You're not seeing a lot of home runs. So do what he just did right there. Hit the ball on a line.
First pitch, a strike from Brady Hott. Brady on the mound, his cousin Nolan at shortstop. Strike on the outer half again, 0-2. Nolan's dad, a co-worker of my buddy Billy Greer. So shout out to my good friend Billy as well. No balls and 2 strikes to Trey Feist-Winland. Hott, 0-2. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 1 for Hott. On the season, it's punch out number 32. Again, that's a Wintersville Trophy Shop strikeout for out number 1. And Stan Amos, the third baseman, will dig in.
Beautiful breaking ball. That's a breaking ball that ends up being a ball, but it looks like a strike until the last minute. That breaking ball has been Hott's best pitch so far. He can pretty well locate it on the other outer half of the plate.
Count even at 1 to Amos. 289 on the season, 10 runs batted in for the junior third baseman. Hunter Rusnak begins his leadoff first. Pick back over to first. Good move from Hott, but it's not in time.
You have to watch on the bases when you slide now. You're going to go further than you usually do.
Yeah, because of the turf.
Yeah, and you're either going to slide over the base and if you go to steal the base, you might end up in left field. You got to be careful.
1-1. Thought about it, tried to pull it back, but it hit his bat. Foul ball, 1-2.
Another pretty decent breaking ball, 1-2 here. Let's see if he stays with it again with him being ahead in the count.
Just up.
Come back with a breaking ball. Again, as a base runner here, if you see a guy like Hott throwing a lot of breaking balls, you might take a chance on a 2-strike pitch and think, hey, he's going to throw a slow breaking ball. I can get a better jump. That's a good time to go.
Got him. Back-to-back punch-outs for Brady Hott. Again, the strikeouts presented by Wintersville Trophy Shop. After the leadoff Rusnak single, 2 outs now for the 9-hitter and right fielder Caleb Bodo. Do my best here in a moment to try and give you an update on the softball game going up on the hill, and we'll do it right now. Shout out to the Claymont Mustangs being on Game Changer. That game at the bottom of the second, again about 100 yards away here at the Edison Unified Sports Complex. Claymont and Edison tied at 1. The Wildcats picking up run in the bottom of the first. Claymont's run coming a moment ago here in the top of the second.
And Bodo is a 9th place hitter. What you want to do, turn that order over. You want to get a guy like Householder up there with people on base. So any way you can get on here to get the top of the order up is really important.
2-0. Strike one on the outer third, 2-1. Tied at 1 on your WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital scoreboard.
And on the other end, as a pitcher, you want to go after that ninth place hitter because you don't want to face a guy like Householder with people on base.
Should the inning continue, he is on deck. And if the inning does continue, regardless of where Rusnak is on the bases, even if it is first, that hit that he had, Householder, in the top of the first inning would probably score anybody from first base.
Yeah. I think they had a little meeting at the mound. I think it went something like, hey, throw the ball over the plate. Make this guy hit the ball, make an out. We don't want to face Householder with the guys on first and second.
And they will.
And he lost it.
Ball 4, first walk of the game for either team.
These are things that drive and manage. You know, you walk the ninth place hitter, like, to get to the best hitter on the team, you know.
Just missing low ball 1 again. First time up for Householder, a monstrous stand-up double to straightaway center field. Thought for a moment that it was going to get out of here.
Probably on another day, you know,
Yeah.
on a nice sunny day, it might.
Even maybe with no precipitation in the area before the contest. And Hott comes back with a strike, 1-1.
Certain hitters, Jack, when they walk up, or you just look like they're going to get a hit every time. And Householder looks like that. He looks like, oh my Lord. You know, not only is he going to get a hit, you know, how hard is he going to hit the ball? He just looks like a good hitter standing up there.
2 away for him. Good job of framing that one by J.D. Henderson.
Yeah,
1
did.
ball and 2 strikes.
Yep. Now Householder has to go into the defensive mode, just put the ball in play. Spread out a little bit. Cover the plate. Cover a little bit outside. Coming, looks like a curveball again. He's sitting way outside again. Just missed.
1-2, yep. 2 balls and 2 strikes to him.
Sometimes as a hitter, some guys do it. They peek back a little bit, see where that catcher sits out, and they can almost tell what pitch is coming. But you better guess right.
Two throw back over to first. And the first baseman, Kimmerly, off of the bag. If he was anywhere closer, they probably would have had a chance of Bodo.
Yeah, Jack, if he would have broke on the pitch, he'd have made it. He's now telling the catcher it's my fault because they had him. They had him dead.
So another chance with a 3-2 count on Householder. Wildcats trying to avoid a bases-loaded situation for Nick Maurer on deck should the inning continue. Brady Hott's payoff pitch in the air. Right side of the infield, or is it behind the mound? It's behind the mound, and diving and not being able to make the catch is Nolan Hott. The run scores. Rusnak from second, and sliding into second head first is Ty Householder as Bodo moves to third, and the Creek now with a 2-1 lead.
Now that's a play where the shortstop, he just has to, that's his ball, he has to call off the pitcher and take that play.
Look at it one more time on the replay, and correct me if I'm wrong, you almost don't want your pitcher
No, he's backing up. He's falling down the hill. Your shortstop should come in, call him off, and take it. Might be something from inexperience, being a younger player. But you come in and you call off, it's your ball. You come in and call off the pitcher and take the ball.
So the Creek break the tie. They lead it 2-1 as this one hits the backstop. Bodo's going to have a chance to score, and he will as this one gets away towards the mound. Householder thought about it for a moment, but he'll stay put at third as Henderson kind of flipped it back towards home plate. That got away and definitely allowed for Bodo to score to make it 3-1, and Householder now on third.
As of right now, 2 pop-ups, routine pop-ups that should have been caught. Ball went 30 feet, then 40 feet, 50 feet, and it's cost him 3 runs, at least.
2-0 now to Maurer, who lined out his last time up. And Creek 3, Edison 1 here in the top of the second inning.
And we always say you can do this, you can do that, but if you don't make the routine plays, that's just 2 routine plays that should be made. Drives coaches nuts.
Going out in 3-0, and we were talking about Haught's pitch count being able to stay down, and now we are at 41.
Well, because of walks or errors, the average pitcher has to throw 6 to 8 more pitches a hitter.
And that one a 4-pitch walk, and it'll put Maurer on first. Now it's runners on the corners and 2 down for Landon Pinal.
Yeah, instead of being a 1-1 game and the pitch count down, now you have first and third, and the pitch count went up probably 10 or 15 pitches since we dropped those pop-ups.
And Edison calls time, a Fox 9 call to the mound to try and talk this thing over.
Yeah, most of the time in baseball, especially high school, it's not what it's not what the other team does, it's what you do to yourself.
Yeah.
Whether it's errors, walks, or whatever. Mistakes, we call it. In baseball, you don't win games, you actually lose them.
Five balls in a row. Landon Pinal sees ball 1 low. He popped out his last time up. 1 ball and no strikes, 2 outs. Indian Creek with 3 runs in this one, 2 of them coming here in the second inning. They lead it 3-1. Call to strike.
First and third, let's see if Creek tries maybe try that double steal again. Sometimes you do it with 2 strikes. Try to catch the defense off balance. There he goes.
They throw it over to third instead. It gets away, and Householder will come home. Run number 4 across. Safe at third is Nick Maurer. And a couple of more misplays for Edison give Creek now a 3-1 lead. Henderson's throw down a little wide of the mark of the third baseman, Russell. It gets into left field, and there's run number 4.
Yep, a couple mistakes, and boy, blows up on you. And then, like I said before, Haught now, I think I've counted, he's had to throw 20 extra pitches after that miscue.
2 errors and a wild pitch so far here in the top of the second. As Pinal gets a hold of this one, into left field, over goes Long. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. But Indian Creek with 3 runs on 1 hit, couple of walks.
West Virginia University PRT is powered by Lotimus. Air medical helicopters depend on Lotimus to relay critical patient information to hospitals. Digital oil fields are built by Lotimus. We build the future. Lotimus, the most trusted name in communications and security.
Hi, I'm Gino Reedman, and for years I've kept you warm in the winter and cool in the summer.
I'm G&L Man, here to keep you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Take that, Jack. I'm here to battle heat waves so you can feel as cool as me.
Oh, no! Rheem has been producing award-winning heating and cooling solutions for more than 65 years. With G&L Heating and Rheem, you're getting top-quality, innovative products with the latest technology. Welcome to the new degree of comfort. Call G&L Heating today. We appreciate your business and look forward to serving you.
Chris Miller wants you to think he's a real tough guy. But have you met Chrissy Miller, a board member at an in-state university? She looked away as pro-transgender events happened on her watch. Drag shows, a transgender homecoming gala, and even a trans closet that provided items to support sex changes for students. Chrissy Miller, a real friend for transgender rights. Black Bear PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
West Virginia University PRT is powered by Lotimus. Air medical helicopters depend on Lotimus to relay critical patient information to hospitals. Digital oil fields are built by Lotimus. We build the future. Lotimus, the most trusted name in communications and security.
back here for the bottom half of inning number 2. Indian Creek with a 3-run top of the second to make it 4-1. And insurance provided for that guy, Sal Barkalow, who gets out of inning number 1, allowing just a couple of hits and 1 run. First pitch called a strike, 0-1.
Sal tries to shut down, have the shutdown inning. You know, you've had 2 or 3 run score. Your team's all fired up, and the worst thing you can do is come out and walk guys and make errors. Shut down this inning, like I say, then I've always said this, then you add on a run or 2, and then you're in good shape.
Indian Creek 4 runs on 3 hits. Edison the 1 run on 1 hit, 2 errors so far in this one. Actually 3, I should say.
You know, I don't know if they gave errors on the pop-ups or not, but they're mental errors at least, yeah.
1-2 from Barkalow to Nolan Hott. And that's a called strike 3. Out number 1. Barkalow's 3rd consecutive Wintersville Trophy Shop punch-out. And we now will move to Liam Watson, the DH.
That's what you want to do for that leadoff guy. Go right after him. Try to get a couple quick outs and get back in the dugout.
Barkalow's just looks like he's pitching with confidence out there.
He is, and the thing I like about him, he's getting the ball, going to the rubber, and pitching. He's not walking around looking at the sky. 1 out, look, right there, boom. That's about 5 or 6 strikes in a row.
Mm-hmm. He is moving quickly. The 0-2. Got him again.
Good. Beautiful. That's the way to do it.
That's 4 Wintersville Trophy Shop punch outs in a row. This one swinging. Out number 2. 4th rather of the game for Barkalow.
Another one right down the middle. Like you say, he's feeling it and he's in the groove. That's the way you're supposed to do it.
Breaking ball. Really good on the outer third, 0-2. Well, no, and the other thing, it's just it's a short mechanical windup.
Yeah.
Again, you work fast. It's amazing too to me about how well pitchers can get into a groove if they're able to just operate fast, and that's why I feel like a lot of them at the major league level like the pitch clock, because it forces them to be able to operate quickly.
Absolutely. Nothing worse than a guy walking around. I remember he was a pretty good pitcher, but we called him the human rain delay. Steve Traxel was like that. It took an hour to pitch.
That one in a little bit of a Bermuda Triangle, but Caleb Bodo using that football speed to run on and make the catch for the final out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 with a pair of punch outs. Indian Creek 4, Edison 1 as we head to the top of the 3rd.
If you've ever wondered why the cost of prescription drugs are the highest in the world, look no further than the pharmaceutical lobby and its chief lobbyist in Washington.
Who toils so hard for us, Chief of Staff Pat Morrissey.
Morrissey took the job lobbying to protect its profits.
Now Trump's calling for an investigation into Morrissey's cash cow because they've ripped off our seniors, killed thousands with opioids, and paid Morrissey millions to help them.
Opiates should be available. People truly need them.
The lobbyists getting away with murder.
Looking to replace your old sofa or chair? Come shop Alco Furniture in Follinsby for all your furniture needs. Our showroom is filled with an extensive collection of Lazy Boy, Ort furniture, Lane, and Catnapper. Experience comfort like never before on the best furniture. We invite you to shop Alco Furniture in Follinsby before you buy anywhere else. Compare our prices and services to discover the difference of shopping local with Alco Furniture.
The The WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam on Fox 9 is sponsored by WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital, WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Wintersville Trophy Shop, and Laudamus Communications.
All right, we're ready to roll here in the top half of the third inning as Indian Creek leads it 4-1 in favor of the Redskins. We're good to go.
Let's see if Barkalow attacks them. Yeah, batter's box the way he does the pitcher's mound.
And he did, swinging at a first pitch. Got some good lumber on it, but it's a fly out to straightaway right field as Chase Freeman camps underneath of it for out number 1. Barkalow now 0 for 2 after reaching on an error in the first and being stranded on second.
Jack, I'm not Amanda, but I know that those clouds out there in right field look awesome.
Yeah, not great. Not great. And we're going to, keep going like nothing's happening. And now that I see people reaching for more umbrellas, that also doesn't tell me that things are working out right now weather-wise, as Brady Hott comes out a first pitch strike to Gavin Pinal, 0-1. Pinal 0 for 1. He popped out towards first base his first time up. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he fouls one off, and that one will get... No, it'll stay in. Good job there by the first baseman, Kimmerly, to make the catch. I thought for a moment that would squeak over the netting there behind first base, but Kimmerly able to make a catch for out number 2. Hunter Rusnak, who singled his last time up. One more look at the fly out there as Kimmerly straddles the fence in the netting and is able to make a catch for out number 2. Lost the hat, but no problem. Creek with a 4-1 lead in this one.
They're asking, I think what they're asking is somebody to turn off their lights out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
The headlights of the car.
Yeah,
there you go. That's what I call an observant hitter.
Yeah.
Paying attention. He said, get those lights off. I can't see.
The worst is when you're at games like that and then there's people yelling up to somebody, turn your lights off, and they're not paying attention.
Not paying attention. They're like, people yelling at, I don't know who they're yelling at. They're yelling at you.
2-0. Chop towards third. Russell onto first. Not in time. A good job there and a good hustle from Hunter Rusnak to beat it out for an infield single. 2 out and a runner on for Trey Feist-Winland, the DH.
Yeah, good hustle there. Ran through the bag, as we'll see here. Tough play for third baseman, and it was... Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Gotta love slow-mo replay.
The replay said safe. My buddy Steve Seminara with a good call.
Shout out to Ian Phillips on that dugout camera, giving you a pretty
good job,
good
Ian.
look at it.
Good job, buddy.
1 ball and no strikes to Winland, who struck out his first time up.
A lot of people don't know Ian's dad, of course, Bill, is a lot of everybody's favorite guy on TV. But a lot of people don't know Bill was a pitcher on a state or a national championship team at Miami.
Yes, he was. Throw onto first from the shortstop, Nolan Hott, and that is a retired side there for Edison after giving up 3 in the second. They go 1-2 and then a single and then 3 to retire the side. We're through 2.5. Bottom half of the third next, right here on the WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam.
Don't be fooled by the lies about Patrick Morrissey. They're supported by his opponents who have family ties to the swamp. I know Patrick Morrissey personally. He's a good man, conservative values. He cares about us here in West Virginia. Just like Trump, he's not scared of the swamp. When Biden comes for West Virginia, he stands up for us. He beat the EPA. He beat the drug companies. As a West Virginian, as a sheriff, as a career law enforcement officer, as a veteran, I trust nobody more to protect my state and my country than Patrick Morrissey.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Jeff Crook, inviting you to see what we have to offer at Brooke High School. We have robotics, programming, and gaming courses that explore the tools of modern day professions. The sciences prepare the next generation of workers for whatever challenges lie ahead. The art and music programs study fields that shape the vision of tomorrow's creatives. We also have renovated gyms, fitness centers, a pool, and health services for student and public use. Brooke County Schools, the place to be.
I'm Chris Miller, and like Trump, I come from business.
Except President Trump is one of the most successful businessmen on the planet. And Chris, you're a sleazy used car salesman whose company has been accused of putting customers in danger. You mock Trump to make a buck, running trashy ads attacking President Trump's border wall and intelligence. Chrissy, stop with the worst insult. You are nothing like Trump. BlackBerry PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Bottom half of inning number 3 on tap, 9-1-2, due up for the Wildcats, down 4-1 on the WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam as Indian Creek hangs on to that 3-run advantage. Caden Russell, Cole Pittman, Kyle Long due up for Edison. Jack Hillgrove and Rich Donnelly in the broadcast booth behind home plate. Indian Creek checking into this one 15-6, getting set for a 4 seed in the Ohio East District bracket in Division 2. Edison, the 8 seed in Division 3, as Russell will foul this one down the third base line, 0-1. Russell's first plate appearance of the afternoon. It's getting cloudier and darker here in Richmond.
Say it's turned into a night game.
A little bit.
Quick.
0-1. He is upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. John Marshall doesn't have lights at its baseball field, and they played a game earlier this week, called Strike. I lose track of days. They were playing East Fairmont, and they ended up going to extra innings and had to call it after 9 full due to darkness as time is called. But John Marshall had a chance to win the game. 1 out, runner on third. Monarch hits a fly ball to fairly deep center field. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, at the high school level, this is good enough to score the guy from third base and we'll be good to go. And I, again, wasn't familiar enough with East Fairmont. They're out of the area. The kid from center field for the Bees of East Fairmont. Strike 3 call. That's punch out number 5 for Sal Barkalow, by the way, out number 1. The young man from East Fairmont had an absolute cannon of an arm.
Gunned him out.
On a rope. Like 1 hop, good tag by the catcher. And it was starting to rain a little bit too, and I wanted to get out of there and get back up and get the highlights ready. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, come on.
And then they played another inning of ball, and nobody won because they had to call it. Chop towards the right side. Cole Pittman now 0 for 2 after reaching on an error and scoring in the first. Good play there by Maurer at second to throw it on to Landon Pinal. 2 quick outs in the third. Barkalow continuing to move quickly, move confidently, throw strikes, 5 punch outs, no walks, and only allowing 2 base runners in this one, despite giving up a run.
If you're watching the game, young kids watching the game, Barkalow is showing you that if you throw strikes, work fast, it works. You're getting through the innings, your pitch count's going down, and the innings are flying by.
Called strike 1-1 now. That was pitch 40 for Barkalow. One chopped back to Barkalow. He'll trot it over to first, flip it to Landon Pinal, and the side is retired. 1-3 to make it 1-2-3. Through 3, Edison leads, or rather trails by 3. Indian Creek 4, Edison 1. Another break when we're back for the 4th.
Your friends at Wintersville Trophy Shop, located at 756 Main Street in Wintersville, have a wide selection of trophies, plaques, and awards for any sport or occasion. Call us at 740-266-6905.
We know a fighter in winter when we see one. And Patrick Morrissey, he's our fighter in winter.
Patrick is pro-life, pro-gun, pro-family.
He's anti-woke, the only true conservative in this race.
As the son of a coal miner, I'll tell you, Patrick will fight for our jobs in West Virginia.
As governor, he'll have our backs.
Patrick Morrissey is going to fight for you like nobody's ever fought for the people of West Virginia.
As your governor, I'll keep fighting and winning for West Virginia. I humbly ask for your vote.
Football is a way of life, and Steelers great Troy Polamalu is helping to change life in local neighborhoods. Join Troy and an all-star lineup of celebrities for the inaugural Resilience Bowl, featuring a celebrity flag football game and more, benefiting the Neighborhood Resilience Project. Tuesday, May 21st at Acrisure Stadium. Scan the QR code on your screen to get your tickets now, or go to neighborhoodresilience.org for more information.
Your friends at Wintersville Trophy Shop, located at 756 Main Street in Wintersville, have a wide selection of trophies, plaques, and awards for any sport or occasion. Call us at 740-266-6905.
Couple of members of the Indian Creek softball team here to cheer on the baseball squad as we get set for the top half of inning number 4. It'll go 8-9-1 for the Redskins here in the visitors' half of the 4th inning. Indian Creek softball, a fine season that fell short. They were upset in sectional play by Harrison Central yesterday, 6-5. Both teams scoring 3 runs in the 5th inning, but the Huskies able to keep zeros on the board in the 6th and the 7th to advance the victory.
Yeah, Jack, I just saw McKenna Scott walk by. Love to watch her play. Basketball too, but I understand she has a scholarship to Purdue at Fort Wayne for softball.
0-1 in the air. Amos hits it towards left center. It'll hang back enough for the shortstop Nolan Hott to camp underneath of it and make the catch for out number 1. Yeah, McKenna, a great basketball player. Again, Purdue Fort Wayne, the Mastodons.
The Mastodons
is their mascot.
Well, they're getting a good girl and an awful good player.
Nolan Hott giving his cousin Brady on the mound, out number 1 with the catch, and Brady comes home with a swing and a miss to Caleb Bodo.
Hott relying on that breaking ball on the outside corner to right-handers. Been there all night.
And a foul ball.
If you look at the score, you think, well, Hott's given up 4 runs and not pitching very well. But then you look how they scored the runs. He's pitching very well, doing what he's supposed to do. They had two balls they should have caught, and then we had an error, throwing error. So he's actually doing a great job. But like I say, you look at the score and you don't think so.
Yeah, he struggled a little bit with command in the 2nd inning, but he's only walked 2 batters in this one. That pitch count, like you said, not reminiscent of what he's doing on the mound. A good breaking ball, try to get him to go at it, missed.
And he's up to 60 pitches, whereas if, like you say, those 3 mistakes cost him probably 20, 25 pitches, extra pitches.
1-2 from him. Got him. Good breaking ball. Strike 3. Punch out number 3 for Brady Hott. Again, it's a Wintersville Trophy Shop strikeout for Hott. 2 away, and now we get to Ty Householder. And this is kind of what started the explosion, or the semi-explosion for Indian Creek in the 2nd inning. You didn't want to get to Householder, and now with 2 outs, you do, but there's nobody on base.
Yeah, you'd much rather face him in this situation here. Of course, Ty can he can hit for extra bases, and then even if he gets on first, he can steal.
Hott's 1-0. Skipping back, 2 balls and no strikes. What do we have here, Rich? A couple of members of the Steubenville.
We got everything. We got the whole valley here today watching this game.
Like it.
Must have some friends playing.
I guess. Called a strike, 2-1.
It amazes me. I go to these games, a lot of high school games, and you think, like back in the old day, the kids didn't associate with each other, didn't know one another. Now, you go to any game and you'll see teams from other schools there all the time. Amazes me.
It's one of the things
and they all know one another.
Yeah, it's one of the things I love about this area too. Like growing up in Pittsburgh and going to a decent sized school in the South Hills, like I knew some kids from neighboring districts, but I wouldn't call them friends. Now, his Householder gets a hold of this one towards left and towards center. This one looking up is Pittman, and he makes the catch over the shoulder. Hit it almost relatively in the same place. It just hung up enough This time for Pittman to make a catch to retire the side. A very long fly out, but an out nonetheless. Brady Hott gets him to go 1, 2, 3 in the fourth. Bottom half. Up next, Edison down 3.
West Virginia University PRT is powered by Lotimus. Air medical helicopters depend on Lotimus to relay critical patient information to hospitals. Digital oil fields are built by Lotimus. We build the future. Lotimus, the most trusted name in communications and security.
It's like Forrest Gump. One day, for no particular reason, they just felt like running. These politicians keep running, promising to solve the problems they didn't solve last time, so they can keep running. I'm Chris Miller. And let's just get the job done. Politicians slow us down. That's why we need term limits and a businessman outsider to take on the establishment in both parties, because all clean house.
Don't forget to take out the trash. He forgets sometimes.
That's the plan.
We've all heard the term, time is money. But at First Choice America, time can save you money. Here's how. You've searched all over for the perfect deal on just the right car, but now you need the perfect financing. Take the time to call First Choice America, and you'll discover low, great rates, flexible terms to fit any budget, and no application fees. Plus, you'll receive $250 cash. First Choice America, where time can save you money.
West Virginia University PRT is powered by Lotimus. Air medical helicopters depend on Lotimus to relay critical patient information to hospitals. Digital oil fields are built by Lotimus. We build the future. Lotimus, the most trusted name in communications and security.
Getting you set for bottom of inning in number 4. J.D. Henderson, 3, 4, and 5 will lead it off. And we needed a couple of seconds for this inning to get back we get back to the break. They were ready to go right before we got back from the commercial. But luckily, somebody had their headlights on in the outfield.
We got a chance, yeah. Got a break.
There's Cole Pittman making a good catch to end the top half of the fourth. Ty Householder sure did give that one a ride.
Yeah, I got to tell Ty, one more cheeseburger or a couple more days in the weight room, he'd have had it. But he's strong.
0-1. And that one missing just a little bit further out. 1-1. And 2 quick pitches for Sal Barkalow. Here comes 3. Swing and a miss. Off speed, little breaking ball.
Got a break there. Threw it out of the strike zone, hung it a little bit, and he whiffed on it.
Got him. Looking on the outer third of the plate. Strike 3. Sal Barkalow is pitching with moxie. Punch out number 6, presented by Wintersville Trophy Shop.
What I was saying, Jack, you get him pitching in the playoffs against anybody, and he throws like this, they got a shot to knock off anybody.
Yeah. And there he goes, working quick and working fast and working efficiently. Strike 1 to Evan Kimmerly. So Henderson now 0 for 1. He had a ground out RBI in the first to drive in Edison's lone run. Kimmerly looked at strike 3 for Barkalow's first punch out of the game. 0-2. Rain starting to thicken up here in Richmond. Barkalow comes home 0-2. 1-2.
Yeah, Edison being a home team, I believe you got to get the full 5 in to be a complete game.
Yep. Popped up. Down the line and left. Ian Starkey is there, not in the batting order today. Starkey makes the catch out in left field. Starkey on the season, only 9 at-bats, but sees definitely some action out there in the outfield, especially in left field. Out number 2 for the sophomore Starkey.
Yeah, I got to work with him some, Jack, on hitting, and he's going to be a good hitter in the years to come. Just a sophomore.
Freeman pops this one back, strike 1 on a foul. Freeman struck out swing to end the first. 0-1 from Barkalow. Pop back foul. 0-2.
I'm going to guess of the 51 pitches he's thrown, he's put on a Jared Jones type of performance. Where Jared threw 59 pitches, 51 strikes. He's about 40 out of 51 here tonight.
0-2 foul. Yeah, what an exciting weekend they're in store for PNC Park. Bucco's off today. Jared Jones pitches tomorrow as the Pirates open up a series with the Cubs, and then it's the big guy on Saturday.
I'll tell you what, if they can get Jones and Skeens is everything he's supposed to be, and then you add Mitch Keller, you got 3 outstanding starters.
Freeman on an 0-2 pitch, it hits him, and that'll provide a 2-out base runner for the Wildcats. I agree 100%. As it is really starting to come down. You can see it there as Barkalow walks back to the mound. The beauty of high-definition television, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that rain. It is starting to pour. Up and out to Nolan Hott.
These kids love it. These kids love it. It's like playing wiffle ball out in the yard. You don't quit when it's raining.
And Freeman kind of stuck the elbow out there to wear it.
He did, yeah.
And when you're wearing those elbow pads that everybody has now, who cares?
You got armor.
2-0, pick back over to first. Not in time. This has been debated. I've seen it on social media, sports talk radio. Do you think Paul Skeens' major league debut, as this one's popped up and fouled out of play, is it the most anticipated debut of an athlete in the city of Pittsburgh? I have a hard time thinking it's definitely in the top 3.
I think it's pretty close. I think it is. It's been a long time, and the thing is, he's done it on a lower level, and everybody has seen it. National champion with LSU last year. But just the fact that he throws almost every pitch 100 or over 100, and he's a monster. Mm-hmm. He's perfect for the media and everything. He's 6'6", 250, whatever. And
2-2. This one in fair territory, right field. Caleb Bodo underneath it. And that is out, number 3. We're through 4. Indian Creek with a 3-run advantage. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. Chase Freeman hit by a pitch, stranded on first base. And through 4 full innings, this one's got to get through 5 to be called a complete game, but it looks like the rain is starting to lighten up for a moment. We'll be back from the break here in a couple of minutes.
Looking to replace your old sofa or chair? Come shop Alco Furniture in Follinsby for all your furniture needs. Our showroom is filled with an extensive collection of Lazy Boy, Ort furniture, Lane, and Catnapper. Experience comfort like never before on the best furniture. We invite you to shop Alco Furniture in Follinsby before you buy anywhere else. Compare our prices and services to discover the difference of shopping local with Alco Furniture.
At Lightning Lizard Auto Sales, we have a wide selection of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs on our new expanded lot. We've lowered our prices to help you find a great deal on the perfect car for you. We work with multiple different banks to get you the best financing. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, we do it all. We offer top price on any trade-in, and we'll buy your car from you, even if you don't buy one from us.
Love the car buying experience again with Lightning Lizard Auto Sales. Hi, I'm Travis DeSordo with Modern Woodmen of America. Today I'm here to share with you why I do what I do. As a financial representative, my job is to make sure that you feel confident about your financial future. Whether it's through life insurance, retirement planning, or other financial services, together we can devise a plan that fits your needs and budget. You can sleep well at night when you know that your family and their futures are protected. That's my why. Now I challenge you to think about yours. If there's anything I can help you with, give me a call.
The WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam on Fox 9 is sponsored by WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital, WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Wintersville Trophy Shop, and Laudamus Communications.
You saw just that. It looked like kind of like we were down in the Florida Everglades or something. It is wet in Richmond. As Edison trails 4-1. First pitch swung on by Nick Maurer.
Boy, that ball's carrying.
And it is carrying out towards center, and it gets down. Nick Mauer's on his horse. He's going to round second and head for third. Maurer will stay up. That is a stand-up leadoff triple to start the fourth inning. Nick Maurer wasting no time in hitting that one out to a similar spot where Ty Householder hit his in the first inning.
And I wonder why the ball's carrying. I just happened to look over at the American flag over here on a pole, and it's blowing straight out to center field. So there's been 3 balls hit out there that really carried with that, with the rain and everything and the wind. And we were talking about the Pirates not being able to score. I had a team in the minor leagues that we were so bad. Our idea of a rally was a 2-0 count.
It's where the Pirates are right about now too. No balls and a strike to Landon Pinal.
I saw a stat last night. My good friend Sam Millick told me this morning. In the last 66 innings.
Yeah, they've only scored in 6 of them.
6 innings.
Yeah,
that's unbelievable. You can't try to do that.
No.
I mean,
and they won that. The days run together, but when Olivares hit the grand slam, they got all 4 of their runs in that game.
Same inning.
On that one hit. And speaking of runs, there's one coming home. Landon Pinal, an RBI as Nick Maurer trots home from third base. That one continuing to roll.
Yep.
Pinal's going to try for third, and he's in. Standing up at third base, fired up as the Creek Redskins now lead it 5-1.
When I saw that ball go to hit the turf and go, I thought of the great Bob Prince and his saying, "Bug on a rug."
Yep.
And that's what it was. It hit that and went flying. Also, Edison has to play their infield in, and that ball got by the shortstop. It's a normal play, but when you're down 4 or 5-1, you got to play in with a guy on third, even though there's no outs, and they're playing in again.
So back-to-back stand-up triples make it 5-1, and Sal Barcelo can help himself out here. Called a strike on the outside. So quick recap, Nick Maurer now 1 for 2 with a rock, a line out, and a triple. Landon Pinal 1 for 3 with that triple. Barcelo steps in 0 for 2. Flew out his last time up, reached on an error in the first. This one almost getting away. Good job there by J.D. Henderson to range over and keep it from hitting the backstop.
Jack, like you said in the pregame, Creek can score some runs, and when you give them extra outs with their hitting, man, they can get double figures real quick.
Yep. One in the air towards the right side, and it'll get out of play. I'll tell you what, for what time it seemed to get darker in this area, I thought we would have been maybe doomed. I'm going to totally jinx it now, but I thought we might have been doomed for a little bit more inclement weather, and it's held off for the most part.
Yeah, so far been lucky. I thought if we could get 5 in, it'd be great. And, like I say, another 20, 30 minutes, we'll get it in.
1-2. In the air towards left. It'll hang up for Long to make the catch, but Pinal will tag. The lefty Long's got a good throw home, but it's in front of the plate, and Landon Pinal slides safely. 6-1 Indian Creek.
Good situation hitting there. Just try to lift the ball a little bit to the outfield, which he did, get that run in. It was a good throw.
Really good throw.
But not, he was out there pretty good ways. He caught the ball sort of going back on his heels.
Pinal sliding across home plate head first safely. Almost like a slip and slide, I would have to imagine out there at this point. First pitch, good bender in there for a strike to Gavin Pinal. 0-1. Pair of pop-outs for the younger Pinal, both in foul territory towards first base. And he pops this one back, foul, 0-2. In the first and then in the third inning.
Yeah, I've been very impressed by this kid, sophomore. He's one of the best sophomores around. Like I say, playing shortstop and put together pretty good. Got 2 real good years ahead of him.
0-2. Inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He doesn't walk around and play like a sophomore. He plays like a senior.
Brady Hott shaking off a sign, agreeing to another one. Comes home 1-2. Popped up. Out of play. Indian Creek 6, Edison won. The Redskins 1 run in the first, 3 in the second, and then 2 here in the fifth. Back-to-back triples. Nick Maurer tripled. Pinal tripled him in. Barkalow bringing him in on a sacrifice fly. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the sophomore Gavin Pinal. And chopped foul. Pinal doing everything he can to stay in there. I have to imagine, too, with a little bit of rain, for as much as it can affect the pitcher, with the way that the ball, how wet the ball is and with the kind of grip you can get on it, it's got to affect the batter's vision at some point,
look
too.
at that. I see it on the screen, It doesn't look like it's raining sometimes, but it is. It's coming down pretty good sometimes. And if you're a hitter, you can't call time in the middle of the pitch. And then you got your hand problem. You have gloves on with maybe pine tar or, stick them on there. But when that gets wet, boy, your hands slide.
Pinal good to go. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the fifth. Swing and a miss.
Foul ball.
Oh, he fouled it back.
Foul it back, yeah.
Two missing low, and the count running full. 82 pitches for the sophomore Brady Hott to this point in the contest. Payoff. This one straightened out, but a good job there by the shortstop, Nolan, to make the catch for out number 2. 2 away for Hunter Rusnak, who singled in both of his trips to the plate so far.
Yeah, that was it's an out, but as a hitter, that's a good at bat. You got a breaking ball, you 2-strike approach, and you hit a line shot. You can't be disappointed. You're disappointed a little bit that it wasn't a hit, but the most important thing for these young kids is to have good at bats. That was a great at bat.
Yeah, I mean, no matter the level of baseball, sometimes you could hit the ball pretty darn good with pretty darn good contact. It just happened to be
at somebody. Yeah. I mean, if you're getting jammed all the time or swinging and missing, then okay, that's different. But when you're hitting line drives, the hits are going to start falling.
1-0, and it is.
And speaking of start falling, it's falling now. And they're gonna
send everybody to the dugout.
Yep.
2 balls and no strikes to Hunter Rusnak. He'll retreat to the dugout, and Edison will come to its dugout as well. So we will, for the moment, keep it right here and assess the situation and see what's going on here. I would have to imagine both Mikes Colopy and Cottis will want to talk things over. Yeah, that is the view of our center field camera. It is wet here in Richmond. 2 outs, a 2-0 count to Hunter Rusnak. If we resume, we'll take a break and we'll assess the damage in a moment.
West Virginia University PRT is powered by Lotimus. Air medical helicopters depend on Lotimus to relay critical patient information to hospitals. Digital oil fields are built by Lotimus. We build the future. Lotimus, the most trusted name in communications and security.
Our next governor has to keep the radical transgender agenda out of West Virginia. But liberal Rhino Moore Capito sponsored legislation to protect woke counselors who push young children to undergo gender transitions. Capito even pushed a bill banning doctors from detransing kids. Liberal Rhino Moore Capito showed us his true colors. Capito just won't stop the radical left because he's one of them. Black Bear PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
What could you do with some extra cash in your pocket? Let First Choice America help you to lower your monthly expenses by refinancing your auto loan. Switch and save today. It's easy. Plus, you'll get $250 cash in your pocket to use however you like. It's a great opportunity to tune up your finances. Enjoy low great rates, flexible terms, and no application fees. First Choice America, your first choice for refinancing.
West Virginia University PRT is powered by Lotimus. Air medical helicopters depend on Lotimus to relay critical patient information to hospitals. Digital oil fields are built by Lotimus. We build the future. Lotimus, the most trusted name in communications and security.
All right, what do we have here? Little rain delay theater and a little rain delay conga line for the Redskins. They've got a lot to be happy about right now. Up 6-1 in this one, and Mike Cottis is just looking on like, you guys.
You got to have fun.
You got to have fun. And the second guy in that conga line was Sal Barkalow. He's having fun out there on the mound so far in this one, pitching one heck of a ball game. And Mike Gollopy and the Wildcats.
A little different program over there.
A little bit more to talk about in this one. You know, what do you obviously the score is what it is for them, but in this situation, they're both dealing with it. What do you tell the team if they're able to get back out there?
Well, I think you just tell, hey, you're going to play through no matter what. Play through. We got 2 or 3 more innings. Play the best you can. Don't go out there and, try to not play hard. That's how you get hurt. Play it through, play all the way. Like Jim Leadon used to say, you play, well, we had 9 innings, you play 27 outs. Here you play 21 outs. Play it all the way through.
Yeah.
And then you have nothing to regret about if you do that.
Well, fortunately for the folks that are dealing with it here, this new sports complex here in Richmond is beautiful. It's some of the nicest facilities you have across the valley. Neared completion 2 years ago now, I think, right? The last step of it was the basketball field house, which I think just finished its second season with usage. And, you've got pretty much all your sports all within a pretty close radius behind the high school here. Football with the track and stuff like that up at the football field. You've got baseball, you've got softball next to each other, and then all of the gym sports as well. It's what, if you got the land, if you've got the landscape to be able to pull it off, I think in the way that they did it up here, they've hit it out of the park.
Yeah, former principal out here, a good friend of mine, Yonk De Loretta, had passed away a couple years ago, and he was out here for a lot of years. He would not believe what he sees now. When this was JU High School, the baseball field, the softball field, the football field, the basketball place where you could almost have dinner in the end zone now and look through the glass and watch the game.
Yeah.
But he would be absolutely amazed because this is all those people that worked in JU back then had a dream that maybe someday this thing will get bigger and everything. And unfortunately, it's like 34 years ago and then all of a sudden they got one of the nicest facilities in the area. So for all those people, it's sad that they can't be back here to see that.
In Indian Creek with a brand new high school the last couple of years as well. So we'll take another break. We'll get you more rain delay theater when we come back. It's a 2-0 count right now to Hunter Rusnak with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. See if that changes here in a moment on the WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam.
Don't be fooled by the lies about Patrick Morrissey. They're supported by his opponents who have family ties to the swamp. I know Patrick Morrissey personally. He's a good man, conservative values. He cares about us here in West Virginia. Just like Trump, he's not scared of the swamp. When Biden comes for West Virginia, he stands up for us. He beat the EPA. He beat the drug companies. As a West Virginian, as a sheriff, as a career law enforcement officer, as a veteran, I trust nobody more to protect my state and my country than Patrick Morrissey.
WTOV9's Jack Hillgrove is jacked up about sports.
This is a brand new project that I'm really passionate about.
Jacked up about the black and gold.
Pittsburgh Steelers make a splash.
High school sports.
Our area crowned 2 girls basketball state champions.
Everything sports up and down the Ohio Valley.
It's insider knowledge on Ohio, West Virginia, and Pittsburgh sports.
Jacked Up with Jack Hillgrove, a new podcast series.
There's only one show in West Virginia, the show where country music stars of the ages have poured out their hearts for people like you, and where the proud tradition goes on today. That show is the Wheeling Jamboree, held on stage in the Capitol Theater. May 25th, the legendary band Exile returns along with local favorite Tristan Smith, the award-winning bluegrass vocalist Larry Stevenson and his band, and Jamboree favorites Joanne Jones and the fabulous Jamboree staff band. For details, visit CapitolTheaterWheeling.com or call 304-233-4470.
Stuck in some rain delay theater here at the Edison Unified Sports Complex. Indian Creek 6, Edison 1. Hunter Rusnak in the top of the 5th with 2 outs, faces a 2-0 count. And that's where we quit things for the moment here at Edison. The Wildcats again trailing it by 5. Jack Hillgrove, Rich Donnelly in the press box with you. Both of these teams getting ready for tournament play next week. So with that, and while we have the time to talk about it, we can also talk about the tournament brackets and where things stand. So Indian Creek, the 4 seed in the East District, as you are watching how they were able to score their runs in this one. That's on the second East District bracket. So Indian Creek, a bye into the sectional final. They'll face either Warsaw, Riverview, or Zanesville in the sectional final. The rest of the bracket, Tri-Valley, the 2 seed, awaits either Meadowbrook or Claymont. All these games a week next week, 5/14, which is next Tuesday. Indian Valley takes on McConnellsville Morgan. Carrollton takes on Minerva. Those sectional finals are scheduled for the 14th. That's a Tuesday. The district semis are Monday the 20th, and then the district finals at a neutral site on May 22nd, Wednesday. The other East District bracket in Division 2 is led by the top seed in OVAC 4A champ St. Clairsville. The Red Devils downed the Indian Creek Redskins in the OVAC championship last week. They get the winner of either John Glenn or Buckeye Local. Millersburg West Holmes takes on Cambridge in a sectional final. Steubenville, the 3 seed, they'll take on either Philo or Maysville in a sectional final at home on Tuesday the 14th. And New Philadelphia with a bye as well. They'll await either East Liverpool or Beaver Local in the sectional final on the 14th. Same things, district semis on the 20th. That's a Monday. And then May 22nd is the district final. As we go to Division 3, that's where we find our Edison Wildcats. Here we are. Barnesville, the top seed in Division 3. Buckeye Trail, the 6 seed. Edison takes on Buckeye Trail, the 8 seed. The winner of that will face the top seed in the Shamrocks. Garraway, the 4 seed. They'll take on Coshocton. Winner of that game plays the winner of Belmont County matchup in Martins Ferry and Union Local, as the coaches and the umpires are discussing what happens in this one. We'll let you know as soon as we find out. Tusky Valley, the 2 seed, the winner of West Muskingum and Harrison Central will face them. And then Sandy Valley and Bel Air will do battle. Winner of that plays either Fort Fry or Ridgewood. All of those sectional semis on May 13th, this coming Monday. Sectional finals in Division 3 are May 15th, a week from yesterday. District semis, the 20th, district finals on May 22nd. And it looks like this one will be over, as both Mike Colopy and Mike Cottis shake hands. The umpires wave off this one, and we were almost through 5 innings, Rich Donnelly, but unfortunately, we're going to have to call this one quits. Both teams will emerge from their dugouts and shake hands. No contest, despite Indian Creek being up 6-1. But if you're Indian Creek, Rich Donnelly, a lot to be excited about. They hit the ball hard, and Sal Barkala pitched one heck of a game.
Yeah, that's what you want to find out. And most important thing is not who won or lost this game, but they got the innings in. They got the pitching out there to get ready for next week.
Yes, they did. And we will take a break, and we'll come back with a quick recap and wrap it all up. Your quote-unquote final score, not official, but we had to call things here in a 6-1 ball game halfway through the top of the 5th. Again, one more break, and we'll come back and wrap it up in a moment.
West Virginia University PRT is powered by Lotimus. Air medical helicopters depend on Lotimus to relay critical patient information to hospitals. Digital oil fields are built by Lotimus. We build the future. Lotimus, the most trusted name in communications and security.
If you've ever wondered why the cost of prescription drugs are the highest in the world, look no further than the pharmaceutical lobby and its chief lobbyist in Washington.
Who toils so hard for us, Chief of Staff Pat Morrissey.
Morrissey took the job lobbying to protect its profits.
Now, Trump's calling for an investigation into Morrissey's cash cow because they've ripped off our seniors, killed thousands with opioids, and paid Morrissey millions to help them.
Opiates should be available. People truly need them.
The lobbyists getting away with murder.
Our next governor has to keep the radical transgender agenda out of West Virginia. But liberal Rhino Moore Capital Capito sponsored legislation to protect woke counselors who push young children to undergo gender transitions. Capito even pushed a bill banning doctors from detransing kids. Liberal Rhino Moore Capito showed us his true colors. Capito just won't stop the radical left because he's one of them. Black Bear PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
West Virginia University PRT is powered by Lotimus. Air medical helicopters depend on Lotimus to relay critical patient information to hospitals. Digital oil fields are built by Lotimus. We build the future. Lotimus, the most trusted name in communications and security.
All right, well, if you're just joining back with us, the final score, not officially, but we have to stop things here in the top of the fifth inning with 2 outs. Indian Creek with a 6-1 advantage. The weather just a little bit too intense to this point in the afternoon and in the early evening to where we can continue. So a quick recap of things. We'll recap Edison's scoring so far in this one. They got 1 run in the bottom of the first inning. Cole Pittman reached on an error, stole second, and then Kyle Long singled to put runners on first and third. J.D. Henderson, a ground out to shortstop, brought in Pittman for the lone run of the ball game for the Wildcats. And then Sal Barkalow really started to settle in on the mound. Followed that up in the first inning with 2 strikeouts. 2 more to start the second inning of work for him on the hill, and then he punched out another batter in the third and then in the fourth. So Barkalow's official line in this one, pretty darn good. Only allowing 1 run, 1 hit. Barkalow in 4 innings of work did not walk anybody and struck out 6. So we'll take one more quick break. When we come back, I'll recap the Indian Creek scoring in this one as well. They have 6 runs in this ball game on 6 hits. Edison giving up 3 errors in this ball game as well. So again, a final. We're done here. 6-1 halfway through the 5th inning. Indian Creek's 6 runs. We'll recap those on the other side.
We know a fighter and winner when we see one. And Patrick Morrissey, he's our fighter and winner.
Patrick is pro-life, pro-gun, pro-family.
He's anti-woke, the only true conservative in this race.
As the son of a coal miner, I'll tell you, Patrick will fight for our jobs in West Virginia.
As governor, he'll have our backs.
Patrick Morrissey is going to fight for you like nobody's ever fought for the people of West Virginia.
As your governor, I'll keep fighting and winning for West Virginia. I humbly ask for your vote.
When shopping for tires or auto service, let Weirton Tire & Auto be your local stop. With honest, dependable service for over 50 years, count on Weirton Tire & Auto. Right now, get up to $170 off 4 select Firestone tires or $180 off Bridgestone tires during our inventory reduction sale. Stop by our shop to learn more. Weirton Tire is a full-service auto repair facility, including AC, brakes, suspension, tune-up, and state inspections. Visit Weirton Tire & Auto today to experience the Weirton Tire & Auto difference.
For the hearts that love, for the ones who care, heart to heart, hand in hand.
Well, unfortunately, our WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam baseball schedule this spring has to end with a shortened game due to rain, but Mother Nature and us can never seem to agree sometimes, and that goes for just about everywhere. So as both teams set to leave the Edison Unified Sports Complex, Indian Creek on top as this one concludes 6-1. They scored right away in the top of the first inning. Ty Householder, a monstrous hit to center field. It ended up being a stand-up double. Later brought in on an error, Sal Barkalow grounding into an error. The ball got away, and Householder was able to score. And then Indian Creek was able to really get a hold of things in the second inning. 3 runs on just 1 hit, 2 Edison errors. Ty Householder, Hunter Rusnak singling and scoring, and Caleb Bodo walking and scoring in the second as well. Things calmed down in the third and the fourth inning for Edison defensively. They held them to zeros. And then in the fifth, 2 more runs on back-to-back triples. Nick Maurer tripled standing up. Landon Pinal tripled standing up right afterwards, obviously bringing in Maurer from third. And then Sal Barkalow was able to bring in Pinal on a sacrifice fly to left field. Gavin Pinal lined out the shortstop. Hunter Rusnak saw 2 balls, and that is where we ended things here in the bottom half of inning number 5. We'll bring Rich Donnelly back in, and we'll wrap this thing up here in the coming minutes. We'll take one more break, and we'll come back here in a moment as rain delay post-heater continues here from the Edison Unified Sports Complex. Again, Indian Creek threw 2 outs in the top of the 5th, led it 6-1 as they say goodbye.
Hi, I'm G&L Ream Man, and for years I've kept you warm in the winter and cool in the summer.
I'm G&L Man, here to keep you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Take that, Jack. I'm here to battle heat waves so you can feel as cool as me. Oh, no!
Ream's been producing award-winning heating and cooling solutions for more than 65 years. With G&L Heating and Ream, you're getting top-quality, innovative products with the latest technology. Welcome to the new degree of comfort. Call G&L Heating today. We appreciate your business and look forward to serving you.
This entire week, we're honoring the educators in our community and all across the nation for Teacher Appreciation Week. This national holiday is a time to recognize and give thanks to the teachers who work tirelessly to help shape our children's future. We also want to thank our local sponsors who want to show their support to the teachers here in the area.
To the teaching staff that made Hancock County Schools a top 5 county in the state of West Virginia, happy Teacher Appreciation Week. Thank you for all that you do.
News 9's Jeff Exline is more than the Ohio Valley's weather expert. He's also passionate about cooking.
We're cooking up a storm.
Now you can see a different side of Jeff cooking up a storm on the WTOV9 YouTube channel, a new WTOV9 video podcast series taking you into Jeff's kitchen for easy and delicious dishes, special guests, fun, and entertainment. WTOV9 is cooking up a storm. Stream anytime on the WTOV9 YouTube channel. Click and subscribe to receive alerts as soon as new episodes are added weekly.
Mike Cottis and his coaching staff coming by to say goodbye before they depart. Up 6-1 in the top of the 5th inning, 2 outs. Hunter Rusnak, a 2-0 count before we had to call things due to the weather. Rich Donnelly, not a full game, but still enough time for these teams to get some action in before tournament begins next week.
Yeah, at 4 o'clock today, I think both coaches would have taken this. To play 5 innings, get your pitchers, have their innings, pitch count, the whole thing, have the players play. To get ready for next week. So I think both schools, both coaches are very happy that we got 5 innings in, although, or 4.5, but we got this much in. So a great end of the season for these teams and something to look forward to for the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Indian Creek with another game scheduled on Friday, taking on Upper St. Clair out of the Pittsburgh area. And Edison for right now, Buckeye Trail, the only team left on Edison's schedule, and that's the tournament game on Monday. Upper St. Clair, an interesting one for Indian Creek, a big school out of the Pittsburgh area, a school I'm familiar with. I went to one of the rivals in Baldwin.
Sean Casey alumni from there, too.
Yep, Sean Casey, a former Pittsburgh Pirate, attended Upper St. Clair High School. Jim Render, longtime, very successful head football coach at Upper St. Clair. You know who's really good friends with Jim Render is Lanny Fratteri. Oh, yeah, that's right. You are, too.
I was on Jim's show a couple years ago.
Okay.
Great guy, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And he had Sean Lee, a couple of other big-time names.
Sean Lee from Upper St. Clair.
Sean Lee was an NFL football player who played for the Cowboys for a very long time.
Played against Big Red in a scrimmage game a long time ago.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, that would have been in the early 2000s.
Right.
Somewhere along those lines. We have one more break to send to, so we will do that, and then Rich and I will come back and put a bow on this one and put a bow on the WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam spring season here in the Ohio Valley. Again, not technically a final score. We're done after 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning with Indian Creek with a 6-1 lead. Come back and wrap it all up here in a moment.
West Virginia's own Riley Moore always has our back. Moore slashed bloated budgets and red tape as state treasurer and is fighting to keep our manufacturing jobs right here in West Virginia. Too many politicians give China a free pass to steal our jobs. Not Riley Moore. In Congress, Moore will stand up for us. Because Riley Moore is West Virginia. Defend American Jobs is responsible for the content of this ad.
At Lightning Lizard Auto Sales, we have a wide selection of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs on our new expanded lot. We've lowered our prices to help you find a great deal on the perfect car for you. We work with multiple different banks to get you the best financing. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, we do it all. We offer top price on any trade-in, and we'll buy your car from you, even if you don't buy one from us.
Love the car buying experience again with Lightning Lizard Auto Sales.
Dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco, como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Are you a veteran? Are you getting money and benefits you deserve? Jefferson County Veteran Services is here for you. Our County Veteran Service officers are highly trained professionals and veterans. They're advocates working for county veterans and families to maximize the money and medical benefits you're entitled to. They understand the challenges our veterans and their dependents face and offer their services to you free of charge. Call the Jefferson County Veteran Services today to schedule an appointment and see what you may qualify for.
Indian Creek 6, Edison 1. This one called in the top half of inning number 5 due to weather and darkness in the area. Looked like it's still spitting a little bit here out at the Edison Unified Sports Complex, but it looks like myself and Rich Donnelly are the last two people here in the ballpark as we say goodbye for the WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam baseball season. It was a good season. Run into some weather trouble early on, but we were able to get as many games in as possible. And we hope that everybody at home watching on TV or digitally on their phones or computers, hope you guys enjoyed it.
Jack, great to work with you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Hopefully we do it again next year.
Absolutely, absolutely. Please be stay tuned. We are in the final stages of wrapping up our Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals football broadcast schedule for this fall. And once we're able to put a bow on that and cross some T's and dot some I's, things of that nature, we'll roll it out. We're probably going to roll it out on one of my episodes of my podcast, Jacked Up. So as we plan that, be sure to stay tuned. It's going to be a pretty darn good fall, and it'll be here before we know it. Have a good summer. If your teams are still playing in tournament baseball or softball, good luck. For the rest of our hardworking WTOV9 production crew and Rich Donnelly, I'm Jack Hillgrove saying good night and so long. Highlights of this game and some others across the area coming your way tonight on News 9 at 10 on Fox 9 and News 9 tonight. We'll see you.
West Virginia University PRT is powered by Laudamus. Air medical helicopters depend on Laudamus to relay critical